Welcome to a War Selection free-for-all, and in this match I fight a streamer, specifically Drifty Wings.
Hello everyone, sorry I am here. I was just putting the Doug and the Twitch pillow in the background. I completely forgot to put those in the background, but I hope you're all doing very well, and thank you so much for joining me here at the start of the stream.
Yes, this is gonna be an exciting match because the simple fact, it is a private match. It is a private free-for-all match. Yes. And in this video, I will be fighting, well, just basically everyone. Now, something you need to know is before I get into all the specifics, we had, like, this is obviously a continent, like, you see there's a world map. You got Europe, Africa. It's a private game and it's double pop, so it's gonna be fun. Plus, we have everyone who's watching, who is also on Drifty's stream, because that's how I actually found Drifty. I literally just was like, I was bored, and I was like, hey, I wonder what's on Twitch right now, and I found Drifty like streaming Warzone Street. I'm like, oh hey, might as well. He's playing some free-for-alls. I'm like, I love to play free-for-all matches, as you all know, because it allows me to get to, well, IR, industrial, really. I don't like playing 1v1s. I still play them, just not as much, because you don't get as much fun. I mean, you do get fun, but there's no like record. Like I don't get any good recording out of it. Like I get it. Like maybe if I fight someone really like someone who's really good, like Excalibur or something, then I'll get a good match out of it. But other than that, it's kind of But free-for-alls, especially free-for-alls in a massive size map like this. Oh yes, you already know I had a lot of fun in this match. Now, unfortunately, sorry to bust a lot of bubbles, I ended up breaking a rule. One of my a very common rule. It's actually the very first rule in War Section, and it's don't build your temple near the water, and you're gonna see what happens later. But it is not until much later. So before we start, as you can see, we have me and a bunch of other people, and then we also have Parky. Now, at first I didn't know who Parky was until I showed him my true form, until I joined the game and showed Parky my true form, and then Parky was like, oh my gosh, it's you. And also the chat is gonna go wild. I'm gonna mute chat because it was kind of going wild, and it's like all sorts of different conversations. But yeah. But yeah, this was a really fun. This was a really fun match. Now the first thing I do is I start looking over here. Now immediately I'm scratching my head here and figure it out, because we were told to not sweat this match, and by sweating means don't try hard. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard not to try hard in War Selection, especially from me. So it was kind of it was a bad situation. And plus, Drifty is right here, and as you know in free-for-alls, is I like to eliminate everyone near me. In this case, I wanted to take over my entire con. I wanted to take over all of Europe, secure it, and then tell everyone, and then just expand out through there. The problem was Drifty was here. And the problem with killing a streamer first is the fact that if you kill a streamer first, they're not going to just sit around and wait for someone to win, because you don't get to see like the rest of the match. But sorry, let me rephrase it. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna kill everyone else and just mortally wound Drifty. Problem with that was it's kind of hard to keep someone alive, especially since in War Section you can make a comeback in second, like it takes seconds to like make a comeback. I'm sorry, it takes a few minutes, but you can still make a comeback. So trying to keep Drifty alive in this situation was a challenge. But we're not gonna get into that until much later. Anyways, as you see, you know, I have a nice base layout. You know, get some barracks up, blah 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 blah. You know, get all this stuff up. I had some nice tree lines, some nice resources, all that stuff. One thing that was kind of difficult was kind of I'm sorry, for that. One thing that was difficult was maintaining a double population. So I'm not used to playing free-for-all double pops. So I was like, I can get like 3 times more workers, and I was constantly running low on population because I keep forgetting that, oh, I need pop, oh, I need pop, oh, I need pop, because I kept capping myself. As you can see, my population, I keep capping myself. Like I keep forgetting that, oh, I can build houses. Plus, I didn't want to build too many houses because I have to, you know, upgrade all those houses when I get to industrial. So if I spent all that time, of course, you know, building houses, then I would have to, you know, upgrade all of them, and it would cost me way more. Plus, I'm like expending so many resources to upgrade those houses, just the houses itself. Yeah, but so that was kind of painful. But speaking of, so Drifty, so actually no, Blue over here, his name is Ambi. I immediately start pushing Ambi first. Now the reason I push Ambi first is because, again, I don't want to kill Drifty. But because Drifty and Ambi made a temporary truce.
Again. Ambi, let's go. Ambi, yeah. If you're nice to me this time, Ambi, it doesn't have to end like last time, okay? Remember what happened last time? If you're nice to me, that won't happen. I'm pretty certain Ambi was next to me last.
To not kill each other just yet, and I figured, okay, because originally I was gonna let them live. I really was. I was gonna let Ambi and Drifty just fight it out. But then I realized that if they have a truce, right, and they decide, oh hey, let's have a good fight, but instead let's go fight everyone else. Like, let's fight everyone near us, and then we have a fight. Drifty would almost assuredly win that fight. Plus, they would attack me or Dragon over here next. So, yeah, I really wasn't gonna push my luck. So I decided to immediately push Ambi, take him out of the game as fast as I could, and then move on to Drifty. But I wasn't gonna kill, again, like I said, I wasn't gonna kill Drifty. I was just gonna mortally wound him. As much as I can. So, as you see, I push. And it took me a while to get my trebuchets in because both Drifty and Ambi decided to just spam like towers in the most annoying areas. They weren't even hard towers to break. They were just annoying towers. Like you would have to, I gotta move over here, kill this tower, move over there, kill that tower, etc., 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 etc. And it would have just been a painful experience to deal with. Anyway, as you see, I immediately kill Ambi soon. Boom. Right there. There's Ambi dead.
Wait, what? How did Ambi die? He was being serious that he was actually dying? What the fuck, dude? Bruh, this is the quickest someone's died in these games. Dang, dude. Ami attacked me? No, Ami? Oh, poor Ambi. He didn't do anything wrong. It's like the fucking crime case of this game. It's who killed Ambi? Yeah. What Ambi, dude? What the hell? You got killed. He didn't do nothing wrong. My poor boy. My poor boy. Look at him massacred my boy.
Now I know Ambi placed a lot of towers here because both him and Drifty were like built like, you know, making a border between each other. Problem is, I couldn't actually make a stable supply line because of it. So I was like, huh, how? Like, I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't transfer my troops back without going all the way around again. And I didn't really want to waste so much time. So I said, okay. It said, let's just push north with this army, and then we're just gonna create a whole new army over here. I push over here. Boom, destroy that. Yeah, and then this happens. So Drifty immediately makes a bunch of naval ships. Now, at first, I didn't realize that they were galleons. At first, I didn't have the vision to see them. I didn't know that they were galleons. I thought maybe, okay, he made a one or two galleons. So what? It doesn't matter. And I decided to keep pushing this direction. Now, unfortunately, I had to be careful with these onagers because I really hate this. Guardian Towers almost have the same exact range as onagers. They have like a slightly less range. I can't actually see because this is in the way. They have a range of 170, and onagers, I can't see it. They have they can be just out of range. But Guardian, I really hate these like Western Guardians, like their sheer range. Like onagers can just slightly be out of their range. So I just spent the majority of the time just hitting the towers with these. Meanwhile, this was going on. So I knew Drifty was making ships, and I planned to like make sure that he didn't attack from sea. And I was right, because he made a lot of ships.
Yeah. Bro, his ships are actual god mode. What the hell?
But what he doesn't know is that I am the admiral. That's what Drifty does not know. He does not know that I am the admiral when it comes to naval combat. The problem with being the admiral is, I didn't actually make enough ships. So while I was definitely doing a lot of damage, as you could see, I was sinking a lot of his ships. I was going after these bombardier ships. I made a few more ships. I didn't have nearly as many docks as he did. I had 4 docks, and I had 1 dock over here that was primarily my fishing dock. Meanwhile, he has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 docks, all producing massive amounts of ships. And while I am doing great at holding him at bay, I lost a lot of ships. And I was doing pretty good. I had held this gap right here. You see, I'm destroying his ships really nice. I couldn't deal with the sheer amount of ships I was again dealing with. He destroys them good. They held mightily. I just didn't have enough. I was doing a good job. I just, again, like, I couldn't hold as many. As you see right there, he was just one-hitting the ships. I tried making them into industrial docks. The problem again here was the fact that I just the sheer amount that was hitting them was doing more damage than I could just produce, or than I could produce the ships. They ended up destroying my docks. I tried making factories as fast as I can, making Kossovas, so hopefully I thought that maybe the Kossovas could just get on shore, like get near the shore and start hitting his ships, and then I could just push. Now, I did continue pushing. That was one thing. I did keep pushing. I did not stop pushing. I still have onagers here, archers here, and I was still making more. Making more of another army. I had cannons continually hitting. Now, unfortunately, again, he built a lot of towers in a lot of uncomfortable positions. So there's that. Meanwhile, my entire base was being sheer bombarded by the sheer amount of damn bombardiers, and I was hurting a lot. I did everything I could to keep myself alive. As you see, my town center is being bombarded. I have 0 army at my base. And my wood, as you see, look at my wood, I have nothing. Nothing. I am being literally hammered so hard right now. And to the point where I almost actually die. Now, I had the bright idea. I was like, oh, hey, wait a minute. I have an idea. I can, you know, make airports. Problem with that is, again, I have no wood because I'm using all of my wood to repair. And then I use like a small portion of it to make some machine gun controllers. No. I was making machine gun controllers and delete them. So yeah, I made, again, the mistake of building my temple here, but it's not like I had many other locations to build a temple. Like, I had up here, probably. That would have been a better position, honestly. But I was stuck in France. Of course I'd be stuck in France, of all places. Anyways. Speed up time. As you see, I spent a large portion of the time just trying to survive. You see, my temple is about to be destroyed. It is so close to being destroyed. I am pumping out workers, Kasabas. I even pull back a lot of my archers to like stem the tide, just like maybe buy time. And thank God that I did too, and built all this too, because he got distracted. Instead of continually hitting my temple, he almost killed me. If he just kept pushing and not let me fully repair, he would have killed me. But he didn't. Instead, he was so focused on all of this, and my archers literally just show up, fully upgraded, and just destroy his ships. And I got military balloons to finish the job. And right here, I could breathe a huge sigh of relief. I wasn't done yet. My temple was still being hit hard, but it was far, far less than what it could have been. Thank God for it too.
Bro, look at these cringe military balloons, dude. Look at this cringe military balloon spam.
I made military balloons and just spammed out workers. I lost probably around like 50, 60 workers just from trying to repair from the sheer bombardment. So right there, I breathe a huge sigh of relief. Huge sigh of relief. And meanwhile, while that was going on, I was still attacking him. I still was attacking. I destroyed all of his towers here. I was still kind of attacking him with onagers. The one onager that remained here, at least, but it got destroyed, of course. Meanwhile, my cannons were still hitting. I destroyed all of his towers, which didn't do anything. The only thing I managed to do, I destroyed his barracks that were here. They were making cuirassiers. Now, I will say, cuirassiers are really, really, really good at destroying temples. If you're like Eastern European or Asian, I don't know what it is, but mass cuirassiers and winged hussars are like really good at destroying temples. But luckily, I destroyed them before he could do it. Meanwhile, it was my time for revenge. I immediately destroyed his dockyards, hit everything I could with these cannons. These cannons did work. I gotta hand it to these cannons. These cannons were Gucci. I never thought I'd say that. But yeah, these cannons were amazing at what they did. They really bought me a lot of time, honestly. I think these cannons are what saved me. Again, he tries to rebuild his fleet and go in for their assault, not knowing that I have a lot of balloons here waiting for him. They didn't do as much damage, but they definitely let me know that they were coming. As you see, I have more balloons in teams of two. And I was well prepared. I immediately again used the balloons to just hammer down his ships. He then pulls back, which is smart and dumb at the same time. I honestly would have kept going. Like, he literally just drove them here and then drove them back. And the reason is because of these Kasabas. These Kasabas really, they were very useful. I had very few units. I was on the verge of death. But yeah, I used the Kasabas to immediately go ahead and just hammer down his workers. He wasn't paying attention to his workers, and I used the remaining, cannons to hit his fleets. You see all of his dead ships, and my military balloons again to finish off the remnants. Now I'm just throwing everything. I'm just doing drive-bys with my Kasabas. Like it is beautiful. Driving by. Anyways, again, while that was going on, I then decided to go to Plan B, kill Drifty once and for all. Now you might be wondering, didn't you say you're gonna leave Drifty alive? And yes, I did. And I'm gonna keep him alive as my vassal. I literally, you're gonna see what happens. And I think it in chat. Anyways. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to make a truce to him. Like, I honestly said, okay, let's stop fighting because I don't want you to die. But he wouldn't take the truce. He would not take the truce until he was on the verge of death. Until all my balloons got there. And then he decided, okay, let's peace out.
You don't have to show me mercy, Xavier. I mean, if I lost, I lost. It's kind of fair enough. You know? I don't think if you gave me mercy and then I beat you, I don't think that's very fair. I don't know, if you want to give me mercy, I'll be happy to. I'm not going to counterattack.
Somewhat, kind of like that. You kind of just said, you kind of wanted him to leave alive. Anyways, I decided to retreat. That was my final decision. I would retreat. And I would leave Drifty alive. Because I am that kind of guy. I am just that kind of guy. I keep people alive. That's bad about these secrets. I can't go max. Anyways, but right before I decided to do that, I decided to just, again, ruin his eco a little bit. As you see, I refused to let him build just to make sure, just the cherry on top. I destroyed his docks, just so he doesn't try anything else again. No more navy for Drifty. Only I can have a navy, and maybe someone across the channel. But yeah. After that, I decided, okay, well, really nothing for me to do besides kill everyone else. So that's exactly what I did. I then start marking my targets. I mass a new army over here. Now I did hit IR2, but I was still waiting for the tank blueprints, and I didn't really trust the fact that these guys over here would how should I say this? Not get to IR and kill me. So I immediately went in and decided to just ruin him, to ruin the remnants, to ruin these guys, to finish my grand conquest of Europe, and by attacking the Middle East, I guess. Wait, is this the Middle East? Yeah, this is the Middle East. My grand conquest of Europe, I finished by taking over the Middle East. Yes, I have successfully conquered Europe with Drifty as my vassal. And then we got Dragon over here, who's the Middle East. Oh my gosh. Yes, wait, I'm Austria-Hungary in France, taking over the Middle East. while a Brit is up here in fucking, what is this, Norway? As my vassal. Sure, that makes sense. Sure, that's historically accurate. Why not? in this game, it's historically accurate. Anyways, after that, I decided to go ahead and push south. Now I pushed south with the remnants of my Kosobas. I didn't really care about the Kosova's lives. I just wanted to use them mainly as a scout and to just, attack, act as a distracting force, kill as many workers as possible. So what? My real force will be there soon enough. But then I realized that he didn't have any defenses, whatsoever. He had the towers, of course, but no industrial units to defend himself. And I was like, hey, why not just finish him off now? So I upgraded the Kosovas and just immediately just ruined him. This German player. And then I push south then I keep pushing south to kill this guy right here. I think this is Pablo. Yeah, this is Pablo right here. I didn't realize there's a navy over here. I never knew this navy was here. Anyways, I pushed through, and now originally I was going to use these to just destroy this gate, and then take out his take out a Sempo, finish him off with these Kosovas, ATs. The problem was I realized that he had also made to IR2 and got the grenades for the social soldiers, so I immediately decided to turn a plan and use the remnants of the Kosovas to then try to destroy as much as I can. Destroy the barracks. I didn't care about the units. I wanted to destroy the barracks and the factories. Yeah, but that wasn't happening. So I was like, okay, shit. This Russian guy could actually pose a threat to me if he now he is really, really far from me. He is really far from me, but he could pose a threat. Speaking of which, there's battleships here. Oh well. But anyways, so right here, he then, he pushes through, and he destroys the remnants of my Kosovas. Not all of them though. I think a couple survived actually. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure one survived, or did one get destroyed? Oh, this is Wyondo. I don't care about that. I care about this. Anyways, I start building a bunch of factories here and just start mass producing Nimrods. Now the problem with Nimrods isn't the fact that they are bad; they're actually really, really good. The problem is the fact that I had to make a lot of Nimrods to deal with all of this stuff that he's making. Where is it? He has a lot of tractors. I think he has a lot of tractors. What the fuck did he have this many tractors? I didn't even realize. Anyways, he had a sizable army. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Oh, here's the remaining of my Kosovas. There they are. These are the AT ones, but these are these. I start, attacking him, trying to buy time. This is mainly my buying time force, and again, they were doing a pretty decent job. They were buying time for my main force to build up. Now this guy had control of all of Africa, or most of it. I controlled East Africa over here, whereas Pablo controlled all of the remnants of Africa. And I decided to bring my military balloons down south, and I decided also to to continue making more factories and more Nimrods. Because of course, why not? Now, of course, I had one minor problem, was the fact that he has a nice size of tanks. Now, luckily, I had left most of this guy's base intact, and he spent a lot of time just destroying these towers. These towers actually proved very useful. They didn't. They got me some time. They weren't that great, but they bought me time. A lot of time. Very valuable time. Every second was good. Speaking of which, so this guy had also, right here, Pablo has also made anti-aircraft Tronkas because 100% he saw the balloons. But instead of continually pushing with the balloons, I decided, oh hey, look, there's a little base here. because I knew there's a tower somewhere here, but I thought it was just a tower. I didn't know it was, you know, all of this. Like it was, like all of this was going on. So I was like, hey, you know, just use the balloons to destroy the towers. Now Pablo did have a navy, like he had 5 battleships, yeah, 5 battleships and a bunch of torpedo boats. I do not know why he went this way. Like, was he hiding it? I'm guessing he was trying to hide it because, you know, if he used the battleships to push forward, he would have caught me 100% off guard, and I would have had nothing to defend myself with these battleships. Now, I did have some bombers, which I did make. But probably just did not just ignore my units. Anyways, after that was going on, I decided to then, you know, I had a sizable amount of Nimrods and decided to push. Because I wasn't trusting the fact that he wasn't going to push. So I decided, okay, let's just use the ones we have, do as much possible damage, destroy his army, and then build a whole new army. Because that's what my planning was, just to send small waves to then eventually mass up. And luckily for me, I didn't have to worry about that. Because I immediately just straight pushed right through. I went to destroy his factories. Again, this was a force that I mainly used as a distraction to try and, you know, buy time. That's what I really needed. Because, like, Russia can make a lot of units really fast. And while, yes, I could have killed, like, you know, 50 units per Nimrod. He can make 100 per Nimrod. So I really just didn't have the time for it. I decided to go, you know what, I was like, hey, maybe I can just, you know, bring him to his temple. And I decided to just push to his temple. The problem was I didn't know where his temple was. I did push to his temple, but had I just kept going south and then went this way, I would have gotten to the temple. But yeah. Meanwhile, I decided, I was like, yeah, let's use some drive-bys. And then more T-34s showed up. This dude has so many T-34s. It was honestly annoying. He also made squadron cannons, which was both smart and really dumb, because I would have just kept making T-34s, honestly. Like, squadron cannons are good, but they take too long to make, don't they? They make... I don't know how long they take. What he was making more T-34s. I guess he was just making a few squadron cannons or whatever. Again, I decided to, ruin his dockyards, just in case. Meanwhile, he decided, oh shit, he's being attacked, and then he decides to send all his torpedo boats and battleships right to my temple. But I didn't know about the Navy until last minute. But right here, I decided to, like, hey, you know what, might as well try. I honestly didn't think this would work, but I actually destroyed his temple and took out Pablo. And I was really happy about it, because, believe it or not, I didn't realize until, like, after he died that I see all these torpedo boats. And at first I was like, why did he have all these torpedo boats? You know he can't destroy anything with torpedo boats. But now you know, look at the replay, he had all these battleships, and I didn't even realize he had the battleships. So I was like, oh, so now I'm like, oh shit, it was a good thing I fucking killed him. But yeah. So meanwhile, while that was going on, Drifty decided to then capitalize on the waters here for some reason. I guess he said he was just, you know, trolling, because he thought himself dead and he just wanted to keep playing. And so I decided to destroy as much as possible. Yeah, it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, because holy crap, man. Like, it wasn't even the fact that, like, it was the fact that I just didn't have enough balloons to deal with all these anti-aircraft guns and some machine gunners. So yeah, there was that. Now I did destroy quite a few, but most of them were already in production. So oh well. So after that was done, I decided to then take all my forces, return home, and then just, I guess, buy time, wait, because I was actually planning on invading the waters here. And speaking of the waters, this was going on. So Parky is actually over here, and T-Rex is over here. Now, Rex has a lot of aircraft guns, and other stuff, and airplanes. He has a really fortified base. Nothing that Nimrods couldn't handle, but it was still a lot. Meanwhile, we have all these Yamatos coming in. And because it's double pop, you know, he can have not only this many Yamatos, but also tons of Sentokus, which he had. I don't remember. Where did they go? They're over here, aren't they? They were over here. Oh, here they are. Well, 2 of them remained. 2 of them survived. And then we have all these balloons. Oh, man. Yeah, real nice. Yeah, so right now it's a battle between Parky and T-Rex, and it's a battle between me and Drifty. But Drifty, well, then again, I was playing around with Drifty. I didn't actually want to kill him, like I said. I didn't want to kill Drifty. And then I decided, okay, I'm just gonna master my troops. And I'm just gonna like, I don't like all these sea forts here because, while yes, the sea forts are not a threat to me, if you just kept making them, it would have been eventually to the point where my Nimrods actually couldn't get through, because he made so many of them. You see right here. He made so many of them that they were actually destroying my Nimrods quite well. Or dealing enough damage to them. Again, right here. Now I did, you know, go through here with my Nimrods and decided to ruin his economy a little bit, as you can see. Oh yeah, by the way, I left these torpedo boats here because I thought this was a perfect blockade, like, of basically free ships to defend myself. Because I thought, hey, you know, all my fishing is here. I wasn't really paying attention to the fishing, but I was like, hey, all this fishing here giving me free food, plus, you know, added protection to the channel, to this channel right here. And I was like, oh, fucking amazing. Anyways, I spent the remainder of the time just straight, you know, ruining Parky's, or not Parky's, Drifty's day.
So I got a plan. Oh. Died. Okay. Quick, mate. Go. Go. No. Send them off one by one. Come on, lad. Yes. Get him. Get him. Oh, no. Oh, dear God.
Just destroying everything. With what I had. Honestly, again, these Nimrods were being completely annihilated by these seaports, and no matter what I did, it was just like these seaports were doing so much damage just because they had just the sheer amount of them were just hitting. So we're just, oof. Forgive me if you hear my dog in the back. Now, again, I did take some steamships to then go take. Actually, this is my steamship. Yeah, this is my steamship. I took a steamship to make some workers. Now, originally, I had planned to just make a little forward base, like somewhere, a place to like hide out, so that way I can make a whole new army of Nimrods, to then, you know, mass produce. My mistake was landing in an area that, you know, was fully territorial, and I also pushed with balloons to Rex's base. Originally, these were throwaway balloons from the war in Africa, but yeah, there was he knew they were coming. Yeah. They hit a lot of anti-aircraft, specifically because of France, because we had a French player here, a Japan player here, so it's kind of like a given to have tons of anti-aircraft guns, which, you know, it makes sense, you know, because, you know, if you're two massive, like, air dominant players fighting over the sea, it made sense. Now, again, unfortunately, my steamship did not make it. It died. My balloons kind of made it. They were being attacked by tons and tons of the little jets. Let's speed up. There's not. Yeah, there you go, little fighter jets. Now, these little fighter jets are actually not that powerful. They're powerful against balloons, but they're not powerful against, like, other types of, like, air units. But they're really fast and nippy little bastards, so Yeah, I didn't make it that. I mean, I made it close to as simple. But nowhere, like, I wouldn't have been able to destroy. Again, they were throwaway balloons. I was kind of hoping I'd just take them out. But, yeah, that wasn't happening. So, I spent the remainder of the time just, ruining Drifty's day with making Wonder Emmas, bombarding him, make sure he doesn't, like, every time he made a C4, I would immediately just try to destroy it. Attacking with Nimrods here and there. Meanwhile, he decided to, because he thought he was going to die, he made a bunch of farms everywhere. And just built wheat everywhere. So now he has, like, infinite food. But yeah. So, because he thought he was going to die. He wasn't. Meanwhile, again, I decided to, okay, you know what? Time to stop playing around. I start massing up. So I have a bunch of Nimrods. These tanks, these steams, I got 2 steamships filled with Nimrods, one with workers so I can get ready. Meanwhile, I have freaking Parky over there destroying my shit with shit. I don't know. He's destroying my shit with shit. I sent balloons over here. Now, I didn't expect the balloons to survive. I expected them to just be a nuisance. In a way, I expected my steamships, however, to carry the day. So my plan for the steamships was simple: land on the shore, use the workers to like establish a base, take the Nimrods, bum rush it to Parky's base, destroy his temple, take the remaining Nimrods, bum rush it to T-Rex's base. By then the Nimrods would have almost certainly been either just half destroyed, wounded, stuff like that. To then just buy time. To act as a distraction, and then use the workers to make tons of factories, claim the territory, finish off T-Rex, and then game, set, match. That's what's supposed to happen. Instead, this is what happened. Yamatos. A lot of Yamatos. I do not know why T-Rex decided to attack me now. I think it was because of the balloons. But what did happen was very is very predictable. As soon as I saw all those Yamatos, I panicked like fuck. I immediately got everything I could. I tried to figure out, okay, what can I do? What can I do? I took every single worker I had at my disposal, threw all my Nimrods, sent all my Nimrods back. Now, I actually did manage to land on the shore, but I was such in a panic, I told all the Nimrods to just beeline it to T-Rex's base. I was going for Parky, but I was supposed to beeline it for T-Rex's base. Yeah, and I took all my Nimrods as fast as I could to then just run as fast as I can. Problem is, my Nimrods kept getting stuck. My workers were dying like flies. And I had my full force of Nimrods here already on standby, I feel like I definitely could have done like the damage necessary. Could I have? Nah, actually no. Oh, maybe. They're actually doing considerable damage. But yeah, I didn't make it. I died. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage. There's only 5 of these guys, and they're actually doing... They did sizable damage to them. Damn. But yeah, I got fucked. I got so upset. In fact, that's how it ended. That's how it's ended. Yep. Killed by fucking Yamatos. I mean, to be honest, it was a glorified death, if anything. Like, you know, getting killed by Yamatos. Like, that's just the worst way to go out. Could have been more embarrassing and he landed on my shore. Meanwhile, the balloons I had actually almost reached his air base thing right here. And despite being dead, like every time a plane would get too close to my balloons, they would immediately be destroyed. And I had all these Nimrods here. And Parky was doing his thing. And I don't know if I can actually see the rest of the match. Or is it gonna glitch on me? Nope, I can probably see the rest of the match actually. Never mind. Speaking of which, why is Parky's airfield here? Aircraft carrier. Oh, is that what he's using to bomb the entire time? I was wondering. I was thinking, like, 'cause I always wonder, like, how did Parky manage to get all, like, his planes on the other side do bombing runs without them running out of fuel? He had aircraft carriers here. Oh. One-time aircraft carrier is more useful. Anyways, so now I have a nice, sizable army car. It's gone. Of course, my balloons were still a nuisance. They didn't do as much, but they were definitely doing some damage. Like they were chasing. You see, they were chasing some of these guys. They were just being like a little bandit. Like they're little bandits. Also, my Nimrods too. My Nimrods, because they were AA, every time, so Rex made a bunch of balloons too. And because my Nimrods have AA, they were destroying all of the balloons. So even in death, I still fought and helped Parky. And this is here. I told Parky to avenge me. I was like, no. Parky's like, no. I said, Parky, avenge me. And even in death, like all of T-Rex's stuff was being destroyed. So in a way I was getting my revenge. So again, like Rex could not attack Parky because I would not let him. His air units were being destroyed every time they got close. Basically all of his air units were being destroyed. That's it. All of his his air power was being destroyed because the Remnant's forces that I had were making it impossible for him to mass any decisive air units. Meanwhile, we have Drifty over here. I don't know where Drifty's. Okay, never mind. All of Drifty was massing air balloons because he was planning on making a comeback, and so we decided to just spam an unlimited amount of air balloons. Non-stop. He killed a lot of his workers in the process. Meanwhile, Parky was again massing his own forces. I think they were here they are. Right here. Parky was massing his own forces, telling him to go out to die gloriously. Meanwhile, we have this guy over here just spamming out, Drifty spamming out balloons. Anyways, also we have again T-Rex spamming out Yamatos. I don't know what he planned to. I mean, could he have? Actually, yeah, he could have. Yes, he could. If he could get Yamatos into this channel, he could kill Parky. That's such a bad idea. Like, think about it this way. Like, yes, the Yamatos are tough, but they would have to go through a maze of units here. And by then, like, all you would have to do, because, like, there was little, like, walk areas, you just gotta, like, if you see my previous videos, all you gotta do is, trap these areas. And you would have won. I don't see... Parky, you should have done that, actually. That's really smart. I've done this before. I've trapped Yamatos. But there was this going on. The fuck? How did this aircraft carrier? Oh, this aircraft carrier has actually a lot of health. 5,000 health. I didn't even realize how much health they have. They have more health than a Yamato? What? Aircraft carriers have more health than Yamato. Okay, okay, sure. Meanwhile, we have all dirty balloons. Anyways. Meanwhile, my balloons are still doing work. Yeah, there's that. Okay. Let's see. We have all of Parky's. Also not Parky's. Rex's balloon. The remnants of his balloons, the ones that I didn't manage to destroy, coming in here. Oh my gosh. It is a good thing that I actually destroyed a lot of balloons, because it's quite possible that the balloons probably could have made it. They probably wouldn't have been able to kill him, but definitely would have scared him enough to make way more AA. and waste those resources. Instead, my Nimrods were here. Oh my gosh, yeah, my Nimrods literally just kept destroying everything that came across. Literally nothing the T-Rex could do was enough. Like, all of T-Rex's air power was being destroyed. So T-Rex was stuck when it came to air power. He lost all of his planes too. Or most of them at least. I think most of them, yeah. I think he just swapped out most of them. But right here, and we have all this. Oh, actually, let's look at this. This is interesting. So yeah, Parky was trying to go through the channel. That's such a bad move. I mean, okay, let me phrase that. It's actually a good move if Parky had all of his tanks down south. If Parky had all of his tanks down south, then yeah, that would have been a good move. But I feel like those Yamatos could have been used for like securing the coastline. But still, like, the Yamatos were actually doing a lot of damage. Nice. They weren't killing any tanks though. I think they let that. That was a smart play, but it was just, again, it was a play that I personally would have never done. Like, as soon as these Yamatos made it here, I would have been on like full red alert and just done everything in my power to stop them. Like, I would have definitely sent workers here and just blockaded the channel. Meanwhile, Drifty again, still massing his fucking balloons. Look at this map. Look at the map. Look at all the balloons that are being sent. That's not even all of them. There's still more coming. Meanwhile, Europe and Africa is just barren. I wonder how this is going to be. Just the remnants would be America, South America, and then like what is this? This would be like, I think we got the Middle East here, so then this would be like Russia, right? Yeah, this would be Russia, or like the other. Yeah, Russia would be over here actually. And then the rest of the countries would be over here. We would have like Ukraine here, I guess. Belarus, Romania, all that. Or no, Romania would be over here more? No. Hey. What is it? I don't know. I'm not thinking about it. Let's just say, for some reason, Norway is surviving as British. I wonder if that's going to happen. Is the British Empire just going to be like, you know, we don't like it here, so let's invade Norway, take it over, and then like leave Britain alone and then let the rest of the world just be over here. Meanwhile, we just stay on the little cubby. Then Austria-Hungary would just be, actually wait, Austria-Hungary no longer exists. Still, or maybe some other country. I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point. I just say there's a lot of fighting going on. And all of the fucking balloons were being destroyed. Even in death, I still serve. But anyways, speaking of, it looks like Rex is actually making a push. He's taken over Mexico. He's taken over South, like, you know, all of South America, or north of South America. Parts of Brazil, Venezuela. I mean, no, Venezuela is over here. Wait, what was here again? Chile? I need a map. I'm a history major and I still don't fucking know what I can't even get a geography. Whatever. I don't care. Anyways, let's just say that Rex is making it come back. He's doing a pretty good job. Speaking of which, where's Parky's tanks? I just realized. Oh, here they are. He's piling them all up. Huh, pretty smart. I was wondering about that. Actually, wait, I was wondering about that. I was like wondering, how does he get through? He hasn't even pushed yet. And I realized all this is going on. So right here we have Rex slowly pushing. Parky again, just waiting. I guess all of his tanks are coming here. Oh, he's using the remnants of his tanks. I see. So the tanks that couldn't fit in the steamship. Oh, all the steamships were destroyed. Well, rip tanks. And Drifty over here making a fucking blockade. And then we got fighting going on here. Drifty with the sheer amount of tanks and the fact that the transporters couldn't actually get to him. I say Parky or T-Rex tried to just run. Honestly, in my opinion, Rex should just ignore all of this and then just went straight for the temple. Not destroyed all this warehouse. Like the fact, like towers, yeah, sure he would have destroyed, but all the other stuff, yeah, nah, he should have just went straight for the temple. Let's see. And then we have all this. Drifty, or no, sorry, not Drifty. Parky going in. Drive by. Damn. Oh, and here we get to the end. So actually, Drifty actually finally makes his push. Look how many balloons this is. Actually, I wonder if I can see if I can. Drifty. 82 balloons. Damn. Meanwhile, I got Parky over here. Pushing up, doing some nice. He's finally making a comeback. He's retaking Mexico. I don't know how he's planning to get through this. Oh wait, I see how he's gonna get through this. I don't know how he's gonna get through this though. So right here, you can literally just stop him via tree. You can stop him via tree line. So right here is destroying the tree line. There's a small gap. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's actually a gap right here that he could get his tanks through. And I guess he didn't see it. Even if he didn't, like, he'd still go through here, I guess. Damn, these anti-aircraft guns are actually taking a beating. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Drifty then with all his balloons decided to just annihilate these Yamatos. He was gonna go in for the temple, but he decided to swap his mind, and then just straight annihilate his Yamatos. Yes, he kills. Wow, look how many. Fucking A, the sheer amount. I can't even actually see this. Jesus. Drifty had like 80 balloons, and now he destroyed the Yamatos. Now he's dropped down to like 50. Look at that, he's dropped down to 58. He's chasing the Yamatos down. Anyways, we have all this going on. Now, Parky gets some engineers. And right now, this is a race for like who can get to who first. So we have Rex here. Sorry, we have Rex here going through the channel through Parky's base. All Parky has to do is, survive long enough, I guess. Meanwhile, we have Parky here right, just storming in. So right now it's a battle of time, honestly. Who can get to whose base first? We have Rex here halfway through with virtually no resistance. Meanwhile, we have Parky over here with sheer sheer volume, but lots and lots of resistance. And it looks like right here we have Parky on Rex's base. Boom. Destroyed. Gone. And right in the nick of time, too. Because Rex actually almost made it. He's almost halfway to Parky's base. But we have Drifty here coming in with lots and lots of balloons. But it doesn't matter. You know why? I don't know why. Damn, there's a lot of balloons just doing strafings. Damn, look at this. Oh, is it gonna be destroyed? Oh, it got destroyed! Ayo! This one didn't get destroyed though. It's probably gonna be destroyed by the FTs. You know, all of Drifty's balloons being absolutely annihilated. Honestly, if Drifty had immediately attacked Parky, he probably would have killed him with the sheer amount, because he made it pretty close. Like, look at this. He made it with like what, 80 balloons to destroy all of this, and then made he dropped down like almost half, and still managed to destroy like huge amounts, getting through all that AA, and still almost made it to this base. Like, made it this far. That's pretty damn impressive, and he probably would have made it. But I think that was in the end. I believe this is where it should end. Yeah. Okay, so right here, I believe this is where it actually ends. So again, I think glitched again, probably. I don't know. But right here is when they quit. When Parky actually quits and Drifty wins.
Yay, supreme victory, Duck wins. See ya, Parky, GG. Yo, I won because I'm able to stay up late.
So Drifty actually won the free-for-all. Granted, I let him live. Granted, everyone let him live. But right here, Drifty actually does win the free-for-all match. Now, of course, he's still spamming out the balloons because he never stopped them. But right here, actually, Parky does quit the game because he has to leave. But GG to Parky, GG to Rex, GG to everyone who won, and GG definitely to Drifty because he actually made a comeback. Somehow. Honestly, I fully expected, like, you know, Parky to be like, okay, killed him. Let's make a new army and just land troops over there. But yeah, and honestly, I was gonna do the same thing. I didn't know who was gonna kill first. I honestly was hoping to kill Parky first. If my plan succeeded, I was hoping to kill Parky first, and then come over here. But then after, like, I heard Yamato's, I was actually just thinking, okay, let's just kill him really fast and then go down. But actually, thinking about it, I probably still want to have won, because even if I took over this area, right? There was no way for me to get through this. Like, I could not focus on like 3 different targets. I could not focus on dealing with the remnants of Parky's base, trying to get through spending all the time getting through this, and then at the same time making sure that Drifty didn't do anything sus. So honestly, I probably still would have lost. But if I had just killed Drifty in the beginning, again, I probably would have won because I wouldn't be so focused on him. But yeah, there's that. GG. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.